Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I am relationship coach Lilia, and today I want to talk to you about no contact rule and why it works pretty much every time after a breakup. Okay, let's dive into it. Now, what is a no contact rule? The no contact rule is the time frame between the breakup and when your ex will finally realize that they want you back. Okay, typically takes about 30 days, sometimes more or less. But let's talk about the stages of what your ex actually goes through during the no contact and why it's so essential. Now, let me remind you that if you've already been begging, if you've been crying, if you've been trying to change your ex's mind, we go through that and it doesn't matter. As long as you begin that no contact rule and stick to it, there's a very high probability that you will get your ex back, okay? So what happens during the no contact rule? The first stage where your ex just broke up with you and now they're free, well, that's that relief because they've probably been thinking about breaking up with you for a while. It's not like we just simply, decide, okay, it's over. Especially if it's a long-term relationship, they've definitely thought about this for at least a few months, that maybe this is something that needs to come to an end. So finally, they do break up with you and they feel relieved. And now they can start living their single life. So now they're going to live it up. They're going to be going out, really experiencing that single bachelor life that they thought they were craving. If you contact them during the period when they're relieved and they're living their single life, it's going to drive them away so much more. And then once that period passes them a little bit, they're going to start to experience sadness and they're going to start to wonder, why is it that you're not reaching out to them? Because they've let you go, but they never really thought that they didn't have you as an option anymore because you were so desperate during the breakup. So now when they're not hearing from you, they're really starting to wonder, what is that person up to? This is probably like week 1 or 2 into the no contact. And this is a period where they might send you a text message, like a little breadcrumb, hey, just wanted to see how you're doing, just something like that. To which you don't necessarily need to not respond. No contact means you're not reaching out. If they send you a text message like that, you can totally respond with something like, hey, I'm healing from this breakup and this is disrespectful. I need my space, but I wish you well. Something along those lines where you don't let your emotions play into it, but definitely not start texting back and forth, because all you're going to do is that you're going to let them feel your presence, making this time frame much easier on them and actually letting your ex heal in a much better way. So you really need to make sure that they're feeling your absence. They might reach out to you during that 1 to 2 weeks just to check in on what you're doing, which is a very selfish thing from their part, but this is where you really need to keep your distance. Now, what happens next? They've had that little single life. Maybe they're in a rebound relationship right now. They're starting to feel sad. They're starting to have second thoughts. And now that idealization of you starts to kick in. Why? Because everyone that they might be encountering, whether it's, somebody that they're sleeping with, somebody that they're simply maybe dating as a rebound, they're starting to compare and they're starting to idealize you. And now you're on this pedestal, and now everyone that comes after you and is being compared to you doesn't seem so great anymore. So this is a really good period that goes into your advantage, because now your ex is really starting to rethink whether they made the right decision. And this is where we start to get closer and closer to that typically 30-day mark, but sometimes it's longer. Sometimes you really have to give it a few months or so for them to really realize what they had and what they lost. Now, does it work every single time? No. Is this the one and only option you have to heal and have the possibility of having your ex back? Yes. So the no contact rule is a win-win situation, because it's a time where you're taking to start your healing journey and to heal, to feel whole again, whether or not your ex comes back to you. Because if your ex doesn't come back to you, do you need to heal either way? Of course you do. And the only way you can do that is by doing the no contact, okay? Most of the time, at least in my experience, it's been all of the time, the ex comes back. And unless it's with the intention of telling you that they made a mistake and they have rethought their decision, and they want to try to get back together, unless it's for that purpose, there is no reason for them to be contacting you. There's no reason for you to engaging with them. There's no reason for you to meet up with them, period. It's that simple, okay? If they do want to get back together with you, I really want you to take the time to process this. It's a person that once let you go. Once upon a time, they decided to put you through all that emotional pain, and that pain hurts like hell. They decided that they no longer want you. They decided that they want to go out there and explore other options because they think that there might be something better in the books for them than you. Is that the person you want to be with? Because that's never been the case for me. The way I see it, if somebody set you free, they made their sheets. So let them sleep in those sheets. It was their decision. And I guarantee you that there's going to be a person out there for you that is never going to let you go in the first place. So please, instead of wanting your ex back, I want you to really think for yourself that you need to be with somebody that's never going to decide to let you go in the first place. Okay, guys, if you like this video, please do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you like the content that I'm putting out. I'm Coach Lilia, and I'll see you in the next video.